I was in Palestine 2 months ago, and this is one of the most heartbreaking stories I heard while I was there.
I want to tell you a story of an old woman who was living in a refugee camp. Her name is Halima. She was 15 years old when the Nakba happened. They went by foot to the east until they arrived in Ramallah, to a place that was later called Al-Jalazon refugee camp. Her nephew, his name is Ziyad Khaddash. So Ziyad once told me, listen Tariq, my aunt Halima, she's very old. We're afraid she passes away without seeing her village. Can you imagine? She lives in a refugee camp in the West Bank, only 40 kilometers from her original village, which is called Beit Nabala. Palestinians in the West Bank, they don't have the right to movement. I told Ziyad, I will come to the refugee camp to take your aunt, to take her to her village. We arrived at the village. The village was destroyed. Now there is an Israeli kibbutz called Beit Nehemiah above it. Her nephew told me, listen Tariq, these old ladies in the refugee camp, they don't do anything. They are really old. We bring everything to them. But when we were in Beit Nabala, they became gazelles, you know, they were like jumping. They became 15 years old again. They started wandering around, collecting plants and dirt. After spending 2 hours in Beit Nabala, I told them, Yallah, let's go back to the refugee camp. On that moment, they said, no, we've been dreaming of this moment for 70 years. Okay, we don't like the refugee camp. This is my father's grave there. I can't just sleep next to it. And it took me a while to convince them to ride in the car again. When I was going to return back to the refugee camp, Ziyad told me something shocking. He told me, listen Tariq, do you know that my aunt Halima, she has never ever seen the sea in her life? You know, in Palestine, we have 260 kilometers on the Mediterranean. 2.3 million Palestinians in the West Bank, they are not allowed to see the sea. They need permission from the Israelis to see our sea. And you know, most of the refugees in the West Bank, they are originally from cities on the coast, like Jaffa, like Haifa. At that moment, I told Ziyad, listen, I want to take her to the sea for the first time. We drove to Jaffa. Here, when I was holding Halima's hand in the port of Jaffa, the Israelis there were like, what's that old lady? Like, what is she wearing? For them, it was a strange scene. For me, here's the scene, the right scene. This is Halima seeing the sea for the first time ever in her life.
Don't forget to hit follow. I have so many more interviews like this from Palestine and the rest of the world.